So Google just got a brand new feature for Notebook LM. Notebook LM is basically a studying and research tool.
But then a quantum computer can do that in 15 minutes. Have you guys heard of quantum computing?
The first time I heard about it actually was on one of my favorite shows, Black Mirror.
What is the fucking point of the tools at our disposal?
I had never seen anything like it. Humans consider artificial life.
I think if you look at someone like Mark Zuckerberg, and I spoke about this earlier, Mark Zuckerberg has always been an entrepreneur that has vision and foresight for his company. Very strategic. He's so intelligent, and I actually admire it because it's not done in a weird way. He's very upfront about what he wants and he's going to go get it. The same way if you look at social media.
I think for me, it's like Meta has not really been in the AI race.
Welcome back to Cyber Digest. My name is Khotso Mashiane, and we are back for a brand new season of Cyber Digest.
Yes, sir. Come on.
We are so back, baby.
Yes,
My
sir.
name is Wandile Dube, as you guys know. And of course, we took a bit of break, but we were working on some very big things, and we're going to share those very big things as the season progresses, guys. But we are back, decoding the digital matrix.
Yes, sir, Ski. My name is Romeo Sibia. Finally, good to be back, dog.
Permanently this time.
Initially, I was a guest, but now I'm here to stay.
Absolutely.
I'm
You
so
know?
poached.
I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah, I
man.
understand. So let's get into it, guys. I think the first thing I want to start off with,
Let's go.
which has been the talk of town. Let's go. Mark.
Our favorite,
Mr.
Mark.
Zuck.
our favorite shark.
The mafia.
I feel like Mark is misunderstood, man. The lizard,
You think
he's
so?
kind of misunderstood. I love the
Why
guy,
do you
bro.
feel that way?
Actually, it's kind of a bias because one of my favorite movies of all time is The Social Network, and it's about him. But I do think he's one of those misunderstood geeks. So clever, so smart.
Very sharp, too. As a
Very
business
sharp.
person,
And I think, it's testament to what's been going on these past few weeks, essentially going after top AI researchers.
The
in globe.
poacher.
I mean, what are we doing?
The
He's dropping that
poacher.
back. 200
He's
mil,
dropping
bro.
bags, bro. Apparently,
That's
he's
wild.
going up to $1 billion offering for specific individuals from OpenAI.
And that begs the question: are the new superstars AI researchers? I mean, we had basketball players, we had soccer players, and we know basketball players, they get the supermax contracts, 200 mil. We know, but now AI researchers are getting these crazy ass contracts, bro.
which kind of makes sense, though, because AI is literally at the center of everything we get up to.
And still at the beginning of the revolution.
So him making that move, I think for me, it's like Meta has not really been in the AI race in comparison to like your OpenAI, your Googles, you know. So for him to go to this extent of poaching close to, is it 7 or 8 top AI researchers from OpenAI, one of them being
Alexander Wang.
and Alex
the
Wang is a
designer, guys.
very prominent individual when it comes to this whole AI race because there's no foundational models without what his company does, which is data annotation.
From
Now,
Scale AI.
Yeah,
100%.
Now, I want you guys to kind of unpack that further, but I do want us to circle back on this AI talent war that's going on.
Yes, sir.
Because it's crazy, and it's something that's been ongoing. With Google, we saw they acquired Windsurf, but they also absorbed the whole stuff. The CEO of Windsurf, we saw with Microsoft, they acquired Inflection, and Inflection also came with the whole staff. Basically talent, and all of these companies are hoarding talent. And
Do you think this acquiring thread or like poaching top AI research people from certain firms is still going to continue from
Oh, of course.
the big firm?
I think if you look at someone like Mark Zuckerberg, and I spoke about this earlier, Mark Zuckerberg has always been an entrepreneur that has vision and foresight for his company.
very strategic too.
Very strategic.
Yeah,
He's so intelligent, and I actually admire it because, like it's not done in a weird way. He's very upfront about what he wants, and he's gonna go get it. The same way if you look at social media with Instagram, he poached what Instagram is today.
Yeah,
Took
Facts.
Instagram from just the photos
Facts.
app into an almost everything.
100%. He also is it poaching an idea from Snapchat
It's the
too?
idea
Hey,
for
man.
stories.
Yeah.
And now we
And
can see it on
stories
almost every
are
platform.
actually one of the generators of when it comes to like views
It's crazy,
and
man.
like
Yeah.
traffic.
Yeah,
Across
it's
social
Stories
media.
are the ones
Yeah.
that a lot of people interact with.
Literally, yeah.
Stories are the ones whereby when it comes to social activity, majority of the time when it comes to all these social media platforms. But since we're speaking about Mark, IG stories is the one that gets insane
It's
amount
become
of
like
attention.
it's become such an essential part of just like social media experience, to a point where you can kind of see TikTok is like a more expanded, endless stories, like
Exactly.
of just story after story after story. But this AI talent war, I think it's an essential part of just how all of these AI companies advance. I mean, we saw it with Google when they acquired DeepMind. And we see kind of where that kind of has shaped them today as an AI company.
And Google, once again, also had a lot of foresight acquiring DeepMind, because that was a couple of years ago, almost 10 years ago when they did that.
Which is crazy, man.
Was it 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Damn.
So this was like just before, the boom of AI. It's as if they almost knew exactly what was coming. It was
I
quite
think
impressive.
that's when like you realize the importance of having the right talent internally too.
To be able to
People who are
speculate and see
doing
what's
the
going on.
Yes, sir.
actual groundwork when it comes to like the research of everything.
And-
So my chat though with the whole Mark thing, right? A lot of people may think that it's because of the money that these AI researchers went to Mark, right? Or to Meta. I mean,
The money is
that's
it's a good
definitely
thing to
the
have.
primary thing.
Sure.
But then also the computing power. So Mark has invested quite a lot of money in acquiring a lot of GPUs.
Yeah, and-
right. And GPUs being the foundation of
Yeah.
ensuring that you're able to experiment as much as you can when it comes to AI. So essentially, the more GPUs you can, you have, the
The more
limitations are
compute power you
endless, 100% in terms of what you can actually build or develop
Yeah.
with
And-
that.
and
So the
Meta-
example they made, sorry to cut you off, brothers. The example they made, they were like, so imagine if you an F1 driver, right? And then the offer that you get is that, okay, you're going to get paid well, sure, right? And then we're also going to give you a garage with unlimited F1 cars.
Okay.
You're going to have your own designated racetrack, the best in the world, and also unlimited fuel for you to practice in order for you to stay at that optimum level. So yeah, it is about the money, but also considering the fact that AI only came to, like, it only got commercialized recently, these people actually care about what they're building too.
But they can also see it's not about necessarily the software, like you're saying. It's about the hardware, and they're going for where they see they'll get the best. the best
100%.
bang for their
Yeah.
Exactly. It's all based on that. Also, sorry, I'm so sorry. We keep
No,
cutting
no.
you off.
Nah,
I'm
it's
so
cool,
sorry.
it's cool, it's cool.
But I'm just gonna hint at something. Tesla and Samsung, there's some work that's coming together. But I
did
think
see that.
we'll cover that in a bit.
What are they working together?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
GPUs.
Samsung's also working on chips that.
Yes, that Tesla wants to acquire.
Yeah, and that are also going to be using some of Tesla's data centers. It's crazy.
And you
a
can
lot is
see
going on.
Tesla has been,
insane.
Elon Musk has been putting a lot of data centers across the states as well.
And Meta's also working on their own GPUs. I think a lot of these companies want to eventually move away from NVIDIA and kind of work on their own stuff. And Meta's such an interesting company because they're a company that have essentially, outside of just actual data companies, they're also a company that has kind of hoarded so much data over the years. I mean, to the point where even, they've had so many data leaks, but they've also just been accused of purposefully, Mark, shipping off some of their data and kind of manipulating that, especially. Yeah. So it is an interesting move, and especially with their investment into GPUs, data centers, and also the vast amounts of data that they have to their disposal.
Do you think they have enough to become like the next NVIDIA?
As far as GPUs, I think probably NVIDIA, one thing they have is probably
Research.
the hardware that none of these other software companies have yet. So they kind of got a head start and they've had that hardware. But
And the most important thing also lies on research, right?
Yeah.
Whereby NVIDIA has always been intentional about processing power.
Yeah, and so
Does
this
that make sense?
for Meta, this would be a pivot. NVIDIA's
Unless-
been kind of building this from unless they poach
Ground up.
NVIDIA.
One thing, that's what I'm saying.
Unless they poach.
Unless Mark decides to
poach from
handle
NVIDIA.
his mafia antics
Mark Zuckerberg has the potential to actually build a conglomerate, something as big as Amazon.
100%.
I really, really see it
Especially with
happening.
the super intelligence vision.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you were touching on Alexander Wang and Scale AI. There's quite a touching story there that I'd like to hear about.
So essentially, Alexander Wang, right? He's the co-founder of Scale AI. Scale
No
AI.
association with the fashion brand.
No, not at all. So Scale AI is essentially like an annotation company. In simple terms, it's a labeling company. So if Scale AI had to come into this room and label the stuff here, okay, this is a mic, this is a cup,
That's orange shirt.
this is an orange shirt, this is a laptop, right? But within annotating all of that, there's also the gruesome and harmful content that it would have to annotate to in order for the internet users not to for them not to get exposed to, right? And now there's documentaries from the Kenyan people, right? Whereby a lot of work is done by them. So a lot of the data labeling work, the humans who get to do it, it's manually, right? We watch the docu whereby sometimes they go for 18 hours.
Themselves,
they watch the content
harmful
for 100%. So one lady was saying that she was watching a naked lady holding their kid and chopping them into pieces. Does that make sense? So that's the type of content that they get exposed to. Harmful content like violence, car accidents.
If I'm not mistaken, I know Pornhub, when they had an issue of child pornography, they essentially had to go through that process of having these teams label content as to what they deem as child pornography, or not, and it was like thousands, millions of videos.
You know what's crazy? I always thought that it was machines that were doing it at this point.
Same.
But I'm like, who was training the machines to be able to notice what is harmful content and what isn't?
Because I think the limitation with machines these days is having enough context.
Yeah, it needs the data to understand what is
Yeah.
what.
It needs to be trained on a lot of data.
Because machines are good at kind of understanding something, but from like one dimension. So it looking at you from this kind of angle. But then there's so many data points that it's hard for it to grab so much context.
100%.
I like to use the example of like a tree log. Humans, they can see so many things from a tree log. You can see a chair to sit on. You can see a table that you can put stuff on.
Wood for fire.
A robot just sees a tree log.
Makes
No
sense.
context.
Yeah, there's
Makes
no
sense.
overall context that's tied to.
So you need to. That's where the data that you feed it comes in.
So basically, what you guys are saying is, must always remember that there's a human that had to go and manually train.
100%.
these
So
LLMs.
when you scrolling on your phone and then it's written sensitive content, or sometimes it's content that doesn't even get to your phone. So the reason that you never see any harmful content, it's because there's other humans who are getting paid cents.
Are you
to
accusing
label this
Scale
data.
AI? Are you saying that they're associated with Scale AI? These people in Kenya.
They could be, because they are one of the biggest data annotation companies. They were the foundation of OpenAI. So for ChatGPT to function at its optimal level, the way it is right now, it needed scale.
And
So
it's
they
essentially-
annotate pictures, videos, and text too.
and it's essentially using insights, research, everything gathered from
humans. So it's for instance, humans had to go through the process of teaching AI. So now, for me, it's like a full circle moment, right? Whereby a lot of stuff, like people, the public, learn a lot from AI, right? But that AI was taught by humans.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? But then because of the supercomputers and the computing power being so hectic, then the AI is then able to learn by itself and make its own decisions.
So overall, it's a chain effect. We start
crazy, man.
with people getting paid cents at the bottom
100%.
in Kenya.
Yep.
People most likely, possibly working for a company like Scale AI,
100%.
allegedly.
There's quite a few of them. Yeah.
You see, there might be a lot of them. And then a company like Facebook acquiring or making use of the knowledge that Scale AI has
100%.
to give us the final product on platforms like
Yes,
WhatsApp,
sir.
Facebook, Instagram.
all of these big tech companies that we know today are kind of built on the
foundation
Slave labor,
of
kind
these
of.
people that are kind of exploited.
100%.
And they're in sweat. It's essentially
Yeah,
sweatshops,
yeah.
right? Of like,
Apparently, they get paid what, $2 an hour?
And the lady was also saying in that documentary that once a month they get a 30-minute session with a therapist.
Yeah.
And the only thing that the therapist recommends is that they must
watching
watch
funny
funny
videos.
videos
Wow.
on YouTube because
That's
it'll
kinda
make them
dark.
feel better. That's
dark, man.
that's all the help that they get.
You understand?
crazy.
And also, the lady mentioned that, like, as she was attending these therapy sessions, she realized how damaged she actually was.
Yo.
You know, so for me, the question then becomes,
Bruh.
AI is this useful? We're in this era whereby AI is just able to help us with so many things. But now the question then becomes, at what
At what
cost?
cost?
On whose back?
Because this is
it
not
being
going to
built
stop.
on?
Because at the end of the day, the AI needs to keep on getting trained in order
Imagine
for
being
it to get better.
subjected to having to kind of watch and label botched
Mm.
BBLs all day, man. It's kinda- okay, there's more serious.
But that is one of
but
them.
it's one of those type of-
the point stands.
It's one
the
of
point
them.
stands.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so that is one of them. But I think let's move on to the next story. This is a platform that One Dealer is an advocate for, guys.
this
Google, if you guys need to sponsor someone at this table, it's One Dealer
Brother, I've been out
advocating
here.
for
The
Notebook
ultimate
IM.
advocate.
I've been trying
Yo.
to save people one by one. trying
What's
to
going
save them,
on with
evangelizing,
Notebook?
telling them the good word of Google. So Google just got a brand new feature for Notebook LM. I hope you guys know Notebook LM because it's
Just
kind of late. by now.
refresh our memory.
So
refresh our memory.
Notebook LM is basically a studying and research tool. So it takes complex topics that can be very comprehensive, detailed. It could be a video, it could be a textbook, it could be PDFs, it could be anything with a large amount of information, and it breaks it down, it distills it. It creates mind maps, summarizes it. It can create podcasts out of it, audio overviews, and now
Your own chatbot as well.
your own chatbot.
That's amazing.
And now their latest feature is it can create videos out of this information that you give it.
So essentially, what you're saying is that if I'm studying for an exam,
Yes.
right, I can just insert all the presentation slides that were learned in class or any
Go a step further.
PDF
The
documents that I may have.
videos of those Indian guys on YouTube that are
Explaining
like
the topics.
smartest guys on earth.
Okay.
Feed it that
And
as
then
many as you can.
So it then breaks it down in the most simplest manner for you to understand it and grasp it.
Yes, and it's
Very
like
interesting.
very interactive. It sounds like a podcast. It's like you having who's your favorite podcaster?
Stephen Bartlett.
It's like having Stephen Bartlett break down these very complicated topics, but in a very digestible way. And so now they've taken a step further with video generation. So it kind of creates these videos that you can watch that breaks it down in a visual form and also in an audio
Beautiful.
form.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Guys,
What
if
a
you guys are
world.
still
You're
failing,
studying. You
What
can't
a
be
guys still
failing in
failing.
we
school,
are
guys.
living in.
Eastern Cape, you niggas better push up the
No, but for real, because it gives you so many ways to be able to learn about
but
a
we know-
specific subject matter.
No, the Eastern Cape passport.
Alright,
That's
let's not
why
drag
I'm
them
like,
too much.
my bad.
Let's not do too much on. We love you guys in Eastern Cape. But yeah, I mean, the fact that it gives you things like podcasts, your own chatbot that you can ask specialized questions based on the knowledge that you've given it.
100%.
You can even give it, if you're studying in term 2 for mid-year exams, you can give it the notes for the entire year. So you have even better context on what it is that you're writing
Imagine
about.
like, bro, I imagine like every student wants to have their teacher around 24/7.
That's your teacher.
Imagine you have a chatbot that you can just ask it questions.
And also, you can probably ask it to break it down even further.
You can, and that's the nice thing about the audio generation is that in the podcast kind of format, there's an interactive mode where you can interact
With the
beautiful. In
podcast.
real
with the
time.
host. Yes, sir. You ask it questions, and it's
That's amazing.
That's
What
weird
I
in a
like,
different time.
what I like about Notebook is that it's almost specifically made for students, but not
Yeah.
just one type of student. The way traditional school is made is that sit down and listen to what I'm saying,
yeah.
or sit down and read.
And
on what the
also, our
thing is saying.
comprehension levels are not the same.
Exactly. So this one is like
yeah.
it's very interactive. It feeds into if you're an audio
Sure,
visual learner,
sure,
it
it's
works for
tailored
you.
to you.
If you're someone that likes to read, it's tailored towards
Fair.
you. Like it caters to
If you're
to every single
someone
study
that's
type.
more right brain that learns with colors or
There's your
True,
presentation.
Sure.
Now you got it. And another beautiful thing is language, the audio generation, different languages, guys. Like if you you want it to like speak, now the thing break down the information.
A notebook is by Google, right?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Google
Plus,
has been
Google has
making
been
amazing-
added when it comes to translations too.
course.
So you're
Yeah.
right in saying that if
Yeah.
Zulu or Yetswana, and you
Melu
try
Funde, you know?
okay.
Yeah, so you
That's
know,
beautiful.
and that's good for people who predominantly speak their mother languages. I mean, it's a great tool. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
that
no,
is
it's
kind of my
Interesting.
spotlight, I guess.
Once again, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
So
it.
then my question now, with everything that we've spoken about right now, right? AI is moving at such a rapid pace, right? Or it's moving at like light years in terms of speed. Now there's a new, it's not really new phenomenon, right?
New, maybe to some of us.
Okay, makes sense.
Sure.
Which is quantum computing, right? Have you guys heard of quantum computing?
The first time I heard about it actually was on one of my favorite shows, Black Mirror. They made an episode on quantum computing as well.
I think the first time I heard about it was a show called The Big Bang Theory. They mentioned something about quantum computing. Yeah, but it was essentially
Apparently,
a brain.
even Jarvis.
Was it from Iron Man?
Yes.
He's also a
Jarvis
quantum
is the
computer.
perfect example of what quantum computing
Do you
is
mean
capable of.
the physical manifestation of Jarvis the robot?
100%.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So essentially, what quantum computing is classical or traditional computers, right? Use linear algorithm, which is 1 or 0.
Binary code.
Binary, 100%. That's a perfect term, actually. Whereby it's either head or tails, yes or no, dead or alive, right? And it uses bits. Now, when it comes to quantum computing, it uses qubits. So it can be 0, 1, or both at the same time.
Oh.
Now, if I bring it back to the examples that I also just made right now, in terms of it can be dead, alive, or both at the same time. It can be on, off, or both at the same time. So picture
Wait,
this.
how? Break it down for me like I'm 5
Yes.
years old.
So, for instance, with classical computers, right? When you flip a coin, the output it's either heads or tails, right? Now, imagine if you flip a coin and then it just stays flipping in the air.
So is that how it's like both options simultaneously?
Yes, simultaneously, 100%. So there's been a study or an experiment that was made whereby a quantum computer could solve calculations or formulas and problems that would take normally 10 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0
It's a lot of zeros.
0 0 0 0 0 0
You lost me
years
at a billion.
for super computers. So apparently it's called septillions, right? But then a quantum computer can do that in 15 minutes.
That's crazy.
Solve all those different issues.
100%. That would take a normal computer or like computing supercomputer like septillion years to accomplish. It does it in 15 minutes.
But
If I'm understanding correct, I don't know if you'll let me know if I'm on, because maybe a traditional computer would need time to kind of trial and error different
100%.
problem solving solutions.
You spot on, right? Whereby a traditional computer would have to trial. If there's an error, it goes back and kind of finds out.
And starts again.
Trial. If it's an error, starts again. With quantum computers, it does it simultaneously at the same time.
So it's like it's spreading all of its
It
knowledge.
does all these
through all those
calculations
different
at the
things.
same
Oh,
time.
not the 0 or 1, 0
No,
or 1.
it does it
like
simultaneously. So now the reason I brought this up is because already AI is moving at a rapid pace, as mentioned before. What's going to happen once quantum computing actually gets commercialized?
So it's not perfected yet, the
No.
quantum computing.
Apparently, the infrastructure to build it is just...
we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Because I'm
we
wondering
don't have the
what
hardware
goes
yet.
goes
Yeah.
into building a quantum computer. Because you're saying all of this is on an atomic level, right?
100%, yes.
I know there was I'm forgetting the company, but I think it's something called almost like super materials, where the chips that are it's different kind of material, like the hardware different, expensive, and it requires a huge investment just to make the kind of chips.
100%.
Yeah.
So another thing, the biggest breakthrough though was QEC, which is quantum error correction, right? Because quantum computing is susceptible to a lot of errors, right? So in it being susceptible to a lot of errors, that's what's kind of caused hindrance in it being commercialized ASAP, right? So quantum error computing kind of solves this by so they create algorithms, which are correction algorithms, right? Which if there's an error within the quantum mechanics, then it fixes that. But then now they've also realized that the quantum error correction that they created also tends to have its own errors. Now, the breakthrough would be to have like a faultless computing, a quantum computer. Does that make sense? And that's taken scientists years. But then they did say, like, in the next 3 to 5 years, we should be seeing like the.
So AGI, is it going to require quantum computing to be perfected for us to be able to get to AGI, or vice versa?
I think so. I think once quantum computing comes into play, with it being maybe combined with AI, that's when we could possibly get to AGI 100%. Because it also boils down to computing power.
That's true. I actually think we might reach AGI
Soon.
a lot sooner than
quantum computing.
Yeah,
I have that feeling.
I feel
as
like
well.
it's somewhere on the horizon, man. Like, especially when you hear some of the way some of these guys talk, it's spooky. But
it literally sounds like the end of the human race. When I think of AGI, I think the equivalent of human beings being like basically useless.
We still need the emotion.
You sound like a human being rooting for the AI.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
I am.
But when we reach,
there's a huge but.
I mean, like, we already seeing the advancement with agentic AI, and with agentic AI, a lot of people won't be exactly replaced, but what we're seeing follow, especially within the job market, is things that are repetitive.
Sure.
Things that jobs where it's very self-repeating, processes. Agentic AI is kind of already infiltrated those.
They're heavy. We've seen what it can do. I mean, we're not coders at all.
Yeah.
But within the company that we are actually part of, 3 of us, which is a tech and AI solutions company, we developed a market analyzer
in like 2 days.
In 2 days.
And that was us taking it easy.
I've never done code, and this is not vibe coding, right? I mean, the vibe code happened from like inception stages, sure, but then with platforms like Cursor, Windsurf, that's when then the agents come in, as you mentioned, whereby they are able to actually look through your code, find the errors, fix the errors, and all you have to do is ask it, are there any errors in my code?
And we'll find them.
And it will find them. And also the nice thing is that it shows you the steps that the agent is actually taking in real time.
So you also understand what's going on.
It's not just an output immediately.
Like
it literally shows you all the steps. So back to your agentic point, it's already here.
You know, and this, I was watching a podcast, Diary of a CEO. They had, I think it was Eric Weinstein, and he was talking about AI is going to influence so much of what we do, simply because humans already behave like LLMs, like everything we do. So our conversations are repetitive. You know, you greet somebody in the morning, hey, how you doing? You can already, it's predictable. Most of what we do is predictable. You come
so
in at work,
right.
You do the same thing you did yesterday. You sleep, you greet, we have conversations. This is almost like it's a conversation you could have. A lot of what we do is almost like LLMs. When agentic AI comes into the picture, and it's able to replicate a lot of those already things that are very repetitive.
Yeah.
And so when AGI comes in, it's like
it's even going to wash out the redundant stuff for us, the things that we think are still necessary. Like you're saying, people having to manage these, teach LLMs, whatever the case is.
Yes.
It's going to completely wipe out the human need for it. And that's why I'm like, it sounds like the borderline end of the human race.
It's chai, bro.
It really is.
You guys think so?
I think so.
I'm investing in the stocks early.
Of course.
Or now down for.
Invest in Nvidia stocks, guys. Invest in Nvidia stocks at the very least.
Google,
Nvidia,
Tesla.
Nvidia's going to be our demise.
Yeah.
But that's where the money's going to be, guys.
Yeah. At least die comfortably.
You know where I'm at when it comes to what I'd be betting on the most.
Yeah.
The quantum computing companies.
Give us at least 2 names so we can look at it, maybe investing them just in closing.
Ooh, trick, you haven't done my research.
Okay. No,
Next
we'll,
episode.
next
you gotta-
episode
Yeah,
will
yeah,
come
oh, no,
with
no, I
that.
got you, I
Five
got you, I
options.
got you. I mean, we are already in the
investment space.
In the investment space.
Yes,
the
so
market.
if you guys thought that we
Right.
took a break, yeah, we know we left you guys hanging a little bit, but we actually went out and we were learning quite a lot of stuff.
100%.
As we're always encouraging you guys to do, is to always learn and watch our podcast, obviously, because we're here
100%.
offering all the latest information and decoding
Most
the digital
definitely.
matrix.
And also, most importantly, we've actually got AI courses that we've been developing.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
That's
sir.
why the break was so long.
Exactly.
So join our VIP membership
Yes.
here on YouTube to get access to all those resources. So within that, we're going to teach you exactly how to use all these resources and how they can make your life efficient and just increase productivity in general.
Yes, sir. Gents, it's been a really, really good one. Any
been
closing
good.
thoughts?
Any closing thoughts? I think also invest in, bro. There's a lot of BBL companies that. Oh my bad,
Bro, Wandile, you love booty, bro. Eh?
I'm talking about investment.
You need to-
investment.
so-
strategy. Rome's strategy.
Here's what I'm
Investment.
thinking about. Hear me out. Hear me out. I think, right? And you could be solving a problem here. You could invent an AI BBL simulator.
Oh, hold on now.
Does that make sense?
Hold
so
on.
essentially,
Keep going.
you just take a picture of yourself as a female, and then it's able to show you
What your BBL would look
possibilities are
like.
out
Yo.
there. I mean, you love.
You heard it
booty
first
theory.
live on Cyber Digest.
You need to
Romy
go
Rome breaking
patent
it
that.
down.
You need to go patent
Nigga,
that.
you need a yo. We need to make this mad.
All right, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you guys on the next episode of
What are
Cyber
your
Digest.
last
Please, I have no closing thoughts.
Okay,
I think the BBL was perfect. Actually, the BBL simulator
we land.
was
We good,
perfect.
we good.
You guys didn't let that properly. But yo, guys,
Nah.
you guys will, we'll catch you same time, same place, man.
Next week, tell your mom, tell your moms,
Your
and
wifey.
and your grandmothers
Yes,
too.
Sirski.
We'll
This
see you
is
guys,
Cyber
Cyber Digest.
Digest Season 3, and we out. Come on.